The hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain, nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. The hour cometh and now is when the true worshipper shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Neither in this mountain, nor yet at Jerusalem. Unity of Chicago South, online, New Thought Spiritual Community, streaming live from Chicago. Offering worship, in spirit and truth, beyond walls.
Imagine a spiritual path that honors the universal truths in all religions, that sees we are all one. Imagine a movement that respects each person's right to choose their spiritual path. Imagine a spiritual movement that empowers and unites rather than divides. This is unity. For more than a century, Unity has offered a positive, practical, and progressive approach to understanding and applying the teachings of Jesus and other spiritual masters.
Welcome to the Unity of Chicago South Beyond Walls Spiritual Community, Sunday Celebration, live stream. We are simultaneously live streaming on various platforms. Previous celebrations are available on YouTube at Unity OCS. Thank you for bringing your consciousness to this space.
Welcome to today's reading. We look forward to researching and bringing you readings from various past and current Unity materials and other spiritual sources. We hope that you will find upliftment as well as practical application that will enhance your life experience in a positive way. Thank you for your presence.
Today's reading is from the Unity booklet, Turn on the Light, The Timeless Wisdom of Eric Butterworth, and entitled Divine Energy in and Around Us by Reverend Elizabeth Longo. Life is consciousness. Understanding, embracing, and embodying the invisible subtle energy within us and all around us is the first step to flowing in a consciousness of abundance. You are surrounded and immersed in pure beingness, an ocean of intelligent substance ready to bring into manifestation your heart's desire. The key to flowing in abundance is to free our minds and our souls from the conditioning that prosperity is about the acquisition of things. We have erroneously believed that material success is prosperity and that it will bring us happiness. Life is not about what happens around us or to us, nor how many possessions we have. Life is the pulsating divine energy within and around us, inviting us to partake in the eternal banquet of creation and play the game of life. Material things bring us fleeting happiness. True joy, peace, and well-being arise from the center of our being. Instead of focusing on things, bring your awareness to the loving presence that you are one with and bask in the energy of creation. Living in the flow of abundance is living in the inexhaustible flow of universal energy. When we are centered in God, there is a presence that guides us and reminds us that all things are working for good. Sharing our divine gifts with an attitude of gratitude expands our good. Within us is unlimited joy, love, peace, and strength to carry us through any situation. Staying present, open, and receptive to the flow of life, we rise above clouds of despair. There is no lack of limitation when we are present to the stream of infinite life flowing through us. Our natural state is abundance. As we begin to get familiar with our divine nature and start claiming it, we expand in consciousness. When thoughts of lack and limitation arise, notice them and deny that they have any power over you. Then take a few moments to center yourself in God and remind yourself that you live and have your being in an endless ocean of abundance. Claim you are divine powers. Your very essence is sacred and one with the source of all creation. Within you are flowing infinite rivers of life, pulsating with divine ideas and gifts of spirit. God is the one and only source of our good. Notice and celebrate the flow of abundance that is present in you and around you. You have full access to infinite resources. Remain vigilant, take a deep dive within, and discover the exquisite radiance of spirit. When you expand your awareness of oneness with all of life and live from the consciousness that you are one with the universal flow, the floodgates of heaven will open for you. Nothing or no one can take away the power that resides within you. Relax, keep your mind open, and flow through life with ease and grace. You are worthy. You are one with the totality of existence. Claim your divine powers. Rejoice and celebrate the shimmering light within you. Reverend Elizabeth Longo is a coach and ministry consultant in South Florida and has an online ministry called Awake in Unity.
Thank you.
What you said to me, I could feel that. I felt that in my chest. And I know it was because of you. Being me, I am, that I am alive. Mono, the one, being my eternal image. Affirmation, mankind, me. I am the human being, grace, earth, human. Oneness through consciousness, mankind. God alive. Being grace in this world, in the space, in Genesis 1:27. You, me, them, and us. We are created in the image and in the likeness of God. Source, energy, the universe, higher consciousness, the I am God, alive. You are human beings in divinity, grace, the connection to the eternal source of all that is. This is an invitation to awaken to the profound truth of our unity of self. The I am God, that is being mankind, being human. As we awaken to our divine nature, we are called to embody love, wisdom, faith, joy, mercy, and compassion. All human transformation of consciousness begins within. When I look at you, I see me being you. The I am, that I am. Much love.
To keep up with Unity of Chicago South activities, like reading material for the monthly virtual book club live chat, upcoming classes, and Sunday celebration speakers, join our text alert program. Text the word CONNECT to 564-234-2890. Text CONNECT to 564-234-2890 to start receiving text alerts from Unity of Chicago South. Text stop.
Here at Unity of Chicago South, we recognize that while religion offers structure, personal spirituality offers freedom and depth. Encouraging individual spirituality aligns with New Thought's vision of empowering individuals to awaken to their inner divinity and live in harmony with universal laws and principles. Through this approach, we focus on fostering a vibrant spiritual community that supports personal growth, healing, and self-expression. As individuals come into the light, the potential for the raising of global consciousness increases. This is Reverend R. Kent, inviting you to support and be a part of this vibrant spiritual community.
Today we move into a different approach to our truth affirmation. I will read the affirmation on the screen, then pause so that you can repeat the statement you see on the screen. Let's begin by finding a comfortable position and relaxing our body and slowing our mind. We release all that is not of this moment. We are focused on the inner connection where the I am and our current consciousness converge. Let's begin. Start by taking a deep cleansing breath in and hold it for a 4 count. Now release. Once more we breathe in and hold it for the 4 count. Now release. Today's truth affirmation: the will of Spirit in me. Remember, I will read the statement and pause so that you may read it. The will of God is my highest good. I align my will with divine will now. I choose love, peace, and abundance in all that I do. I trust that Spirit knows the way and I follow willingly. I release the need to control. I let go of fear-driven choices. My will acts upon inspiration, not fear. I am guided by the still, small voice within. Every step I take is supported by the universe. I am willing to be transformed by the renewing of my mind. My will serves my highest purpose. I am free, I am guided, I am blessed. Today and every day I align my will with God's will. I live joyfully, knowing the best in life is mine now. And so it is.
Visual and audio consciousness lifting materials are available for free download. Our goal is to provide materials that may support your continuing spiritual unfoldment. Feel free to visit the Metamedia page at unityocs.org, which is accessible 24/7.
Hey, this is Reverend R. Kim with Unity of Chicago South, the #1 online New Thought spiritual community streaming live from Chicago. And I do have a question for you. How do you support us? Do you tithe? Are you one that gives monthly contributions? Do you help us by spreading the word on your social media? Do you invite a friend to come with you online on Sundays? Do you participate in our virtual book club live chat? Do you help us help individuals be better so they can do better? If you don't, I'd like you to think about changing that and beginning to support our work. Thank you so much. Whose will are you living? Wow. Whose will? Whose will? It's a super question. And it's one that we're going to approach today and hopefully get the answer that we need to change our lives. I'm Reverend R. Ken Turner, and welcome to Unity of Chicago South, the leading online New Thought spiritual community streaming live from Chicago. And before we go much further, I want to say a belated or a proper happy birthday to our dear senior minister, Reverend Dr. Stephanie Coleman, as she reached another beautiful milestone. Wherever you are and whatever time it is, I say good day. Good day to you. Wow, you may have noticed some changes. Our meditation was a call and response. If you have some comments about that, just put them in the chat. Let us know what you think about it. Yay, nay, email us, whatever may be convenient for you to reach out and communicate your feelings on it. There are more changes coming. There's something special and new that is to be announced at the end of today's celebration. Reminder that next week is, of course, our virtual book club live chat. And the reading is on our website. And the title is Mental Dynamo. In change, there is change. We no longer offer our live stream on our website directly, but you can connect live to our streaming platform, which even is a better experience. Now, that link is available on our website, unityocs.org. Sometimes you have to put HTTP in front of that, :/ in front of that. And know that when you get there, there's a page there's a box that says live. And you click on that box and that brings you right to our platform. Whose will am I living? Whose will are you living? Yours or God's? You see, our will is limited by fear, past experiences, ego, or just simply a desire for control. While God's will is always for our highest and our best. And it's aligned with love and abundance and wholeness. Now, a path to God's will is through the infinite source that's available to everyone. And we should know that it is there for each who seek it, no matter their race, gender, or religion. You can believe anything that you want. You can believe what you may, but you should know that the source of the universe, we are part of that universe, is also the source of each of us. Therefore, the principle supporting the stars is the principle supporting and available to each of us. As I declare this statement in the first person, I declare it for all. I am open and receptive to this divine living principle. Father, Mother God, I am grateful. This is my declaration. This is my truth. And I know that as I accept it, so it becomes. And all is well and well indeed. Let today be a day that we open to the truth that is in these words that you will hear. It is our will, not God's will, that keeps us from enjoying the best of life. It is our will, not God's will, that keeps us from enjoying the best in life. See, God's will is constant, benevolent, and unchanging. That means it's constant, it's full of love, and it doesn't change. This is God as vibration, God as energy, God by any name, by any form. All of them have the same aspects regarding the will: constant, benevolent, loving, and unchanging. Emmett Fox says that God's will for us always means greater freedom, greater joy, greater self-expression, and greater abundance. See, God energy as a constant means that God's will flows through inspiration. But often our will resists or limits that inspiration. In The Mystery of Genesis, Charles Fillmore writes, "The will acts upon inspiration, not reason." Now, see, inspiration can be interpreted as the divine nudge that we sometimes get, the intuitive knowing or an inner guidance beyond any logic. While reason can be defined as a mental process influenced by past experiences, often limited by fear. In Matthew, we may remember Peter was stepping out of the boat to walk on the water. And reason said, "Stay in the boat, don't get out." But inspiration said, "Come." And then lack of faith and lack of focus on purpose led him to falter. In the late 1800s, Sarah Breedlove was born on a Louisiana plantation to parents who had been enslaved. She was orphaned by 7. She was married by 14. She was widowed by 20. And by that time, she was working for barely $1 a day. Now, based on her circumstances, it might seem that her life, that course of her life was pretty much said, struggle, survive, and be forgotten. But she felt an inner nudge that reason could not justify. Does that sound familiar? You have had an inner nudge and you say, no, that makes no sense. Well, rather than resign herself to her condition of a severe scalp condition that caused her to lose much of her hair, she acted on a spark of inspiration. What if I could find a way to heal my hair? She began experimenting with natural remedies and hair care formulas. But not just for herself, but for other African American women who face the same or similar challenges. When she found something that worked, she didn't stop. She dreamed bigger. She trained and empowered other women to become Walker agents, selling her products, teaching self-care, and building financial independence. Reason looked at the facts as they always do, but the facts are of the past. Inspiration looks at the truth of our potential. Sarah Breedlove became to be known, as many of you have figured out, as Madam C.J. Walker, America's first self-made female millionaire. She used her wealth to fund scholarships, support the NAACP, and fight against lynching. Her life was testimony that when we are able to align our will with divine inspiration, we can raise above any circumstance. This is an alignment beyond permission from society or validation from experts. This is an alignment of answering yes to our soul. Another inspiration overcoming conventional wisdom success is the one of the 2 bicycle shop owning brothers that overcame the thinking of scientists, engineers, and even public opinion to lay a foundation for today's aviation industry. Without formal training in aerodynamics, conventional reasoning would say they were out of their league, completely unqualified for such a undertaking. But they felt a deep, unshakable inspiration that flight could be possible, that man could fly. Even they said if we could just understand the balance and control and lift of a machine the way we understand the balance on a bicycle, without credentials or widespread approval, they followed their inner yes and conducted small, quiet experiments, often after work hours. Feel that. Small, quiet experiments. Sometimes we can start small and we don't have to let the world know what we're doing. They conducted these experiments on wings with wind tunnels and control systems. Their inspiration led them to invent 3 major breakthroughs. Wing design that generated consistent lift, a movable rudder for control in the air, and a lightweight engine that could sustain flight. Then came the 12 seconds that transformed the world. You see, 12 seconds was the length of time they kept the first powered airplane in the air. 12 seconds. Doesn't take long sometimes, does it? See, living by our will is to rely on ego-driven will, which has the potential to lead us to over control and stress, missing divine opportunities or even accepting less because it feels safer. In Proverbs, we hear, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Sometimes our life choices seem like we're trying to steer a boat upstream against the current, instead of letting that boat float in the river and carry us to open water. But when we align with God's will, we enter an alignment that brings peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding. It opens us to unexpected avenues for the positive working out of divine law, known to some as blessings, along with an expanded vision and creativity. Ernest Holmes says in Science of Mind, the Spirit can do for us only what it can do through us. Wow. When we turn from the good, we do not change God's will. We simply prevent its expression through us. And I'd say we want to take a step further. We don't even prevent it from expressing. It expresses through us, and sometimes in some of the most negative ways, called disease. From Charles Fillmore, we get the highest spiritual law is the law of divine will. And when we conform to it, we are in harmony with the whole universe. Scripture tells us in Luke, not my will, but your will be done. How do we do this? Is there a way? Is it an approach? How do we align with the will of divine inspiration?
Well, pause and listen. We might want to try to create a space in our daily life for quiet reflection because inspiration often whispers. Wow. We often hear about just dynamic miracles. But sometimes the miracle is so quiet. It's a soft whisper that says, you might need to go get your health checkup because you haven't had one for a while. And when you go in, you find out that there's a physical dis-ease going on, but it's early enough to be caught. But the voice was so gentle and so soft and never pushed and never hollered. And you just went along with it and you said, okay, I'll do it. You can test the nudge, that inspiring nudge. Ask, does it align? Is it in line with love? Is it aligned with truth? Is it aligned with peace? Is it aligned with abundance? And if you can check yes, it's likely that it's divine inspiration. We have to act and trust. We have to step forward even when logic is unsure. See, inspiration becomes clearer through action. Can't sit there being inspired and never take action on the inspiration. I know some of you are sitting there saying, well, I've taken action on the inspiration that I ended up in a dead end. Did you take action and ask as you were taking action each step of the way, is this the right step? Or did you take action and say, I got this. I know what to do now. I've done that one. Release the outcome. I'm not worried about how it's going to come out. I have this inspiration, this divine inspiration. I'm not concerned about how it's going to come out. And when I do that, I surrender the need to control the how and the where and the why and the when. So I'm going to take action. I'm going to continue to seek guidance. And I'm not going to be concerned how it's going to turn out. Ernest Holmes reminds us that the will of God is always peace, love, harmony, joy, and abundance. Peace, love, harmony, joy, and abundance. So as I'm taking those steps, I could ask myself, is this peace, love, joy, and abundance? Or is this conflict? Or do I feel like I'm swimming upstream, that I'm taking my boat upstream? What's going on with this step, you see? And then I take another step. We're told that we must align our thought with this will if we would experience it. That's the peace, the love, the abundance, the joy. And Neville would add that we must work to align our feelings for it to manifest in our life experience. So it's not just the thinking that Holmes talks about, but we want to add Neville's feelings when we want to excel in manifesting the inspiration that comes to us. It is not God's will that holds us back. It is our clinging to our own limited will. It is not God's will that holds us back. It is clinging to our limited will. I know there's some saying, no, I don't do that. No, I don't do that. Sometimes we can be unconscious because we want to be in control. We can be unconscious because we are afraid that it won't come out the way we want. We can be unconscious for many reasons. But if the steps that we're taking comply with love, joy, harmony, peace, and abundance, that can waylay the fear. It's my step moving me toward joy, harmony, abundance, peace, love. I have a challenge for you this week. I want you to just take one area where you've been living by your will instead of God's will. Just one area. I don't want you, no list. Just one area. It's been my will that I wanted more. It's been my will that I wanted this. It's been my will that I wanted. Just one area. But you have to be honest, right? You have to be honest. Say, this has been what I wanted. I never asked the divine. I never asked the universe. I never asked God. What is this? What is this for me? What's this for me? What's this supposed to be for me? What do you see for me? Just one thing. Be honest. One thing. Doesn't have to be big. Doesn't have to be small. It could be whatever size. And instead of doing that thing that you've been doing where it's been your will, practice connecting to and aligning with your soul's inspiration. What? Your soul inspiration? How do we get there? Remember, finding a quiet space, understanding that the will of the divine, the will of the universe, the will of creative energy, the will of whatever we call it, is for our betterment, for our good. And if we see we're struggling with our betterment or good in a particular situation, why don't we try to say, okay, let me take just one situation and say, okay, God, okay, universe, okay, spirit, okay, what do we need to do to get this thing in line with what you want from me, which is the best? Which is the best. That's the assignment for the week. Simple thing. And right now, I want you to remember, and I want you to take this with you. I'll say it once and see if you can repeat it. I align my will with divine will. I am guided by inspiration, not fear. Let's try that together. I align my will with divine will. I am guided by inspiration, not fear. I align my will with God's will. I am guided by inspiration, not fear. And let's finalize it with God's best is unfolding in me, for me, right now. God's best is unfolding for me, in me, right now. Now the lesson begins. I mentioned to you that we have a new feature which we are sampling. It's called Celebration Talk Notes. And what it is a downloadable one-page outline of notes from a selected Sunday talks. And it's to be made available after the particular talk. And for today's talk, you are able to download them from our website, that one page. You download them from our website, unityocs.org. Again, sometimes you have to put https:// in front. And when you go there, you'll see a celebration notes tab. Click on that. You can download the PDF for today's notes. I thank you so much for being a part of today's service. It's important. It's important. And I want to say to you, until next time, I'm Reverend R. Ken, reminding you that your support is important. Let support be spreading the word or financial. It's invaluable. And from the Unity of Chicago online spiritual community, I bid you blessings and bliss. Until next time we meet, namaste.